Now we're going to talk about upper creation of God. And I will share my observation and my experiences with God. Once again, the moment mankind becomes spiritual, they begin to have a numerous observation and experiences life after death, regardless if they are Sufi, they are sadhu, non-complex, saint. But question arises, if they can share their observation and experiences. This was a very painful time and most impossible time in religion, because religion created one like a Berlin Wall. If it's a Quran, they were saying no prophet can come after Muhammad, and Quran is the last books. Now when Sufis start saying much more than Quran, they could not share with fellow men or with a Muslim, because they know this is their last day and they will be killed. So it took place in Islam, and 12,000 prophets got killed relatively, and others shut their mouth to save their life. This happened in Christianity, that no one can meet God only through Jesus. Without Jesus, impossible to meet God. But here question arises. Christians say first you have to become true Christian. But question is, 2000 years there was a many true Christian, but even they did not meet God, because they are still waiting for Jesus returning back from heaven, and they are not learning their lesson from the Aliyah that Jews make same mistakes. Was waiting Aliyah who came 900 years ago before Christ, Jesus, and Jesus said nobody gonna become from heaven, and Jesus correct the mistakes of the Jewish society, that Aliyah's spirit is working with John the Baptist. That means John the Baptist has a body, but Aliyah was want to fulfill his mission, incomplete mission through John the Baptist. Same thing now, all the prophets who could not complete their mission, they are working with me as a spirit being, because I have a body. Even Lucifer, or even now, this year, Muhammad, Jesus, they all pledge, and they are working with me to fulfill their incomplete mission. So in the religion, it is forbidden that. That's why Christians say that Bible is perfect. Bible is everything. So the other religion, Old Testament. Because of this reason, even Sufi meet God, many meet God, but they know if we share that we have living relationship with God, we will be killed. So I'm breaking this Berlin Wall I am breaking these barriers that this was created by Jesus, Muhammad and all these prophets by God. No mean God says that humanity cannot meet God. So I have a similar situation that I could be killed if I remain in Islamic country. So God said, leave your religion, culture and tradition. I will give you the new world. So let's start today. What does it mean when God is saying in upper creation, higher creation, God is transcends time and space. Upper creation, time and space doesn't exist. Upper creation, everything functioning in present. Past is in present. Future is in present. And timing is not involved there. So this lower creation, if it's a matter, energy, light, speed, timing, and space involved. But in the upper creation, I will share my observation and experiences. There's a vertical light, which is a golden, is a female light of God, and blue is a vertical light of God. This light is the original foundation or original exceptional light which is existing in God. And all other light in lower creation, if it's a white light, is telling way to the truth in lower creation. If it's a green light, it's telling way to the peace. If it's a yellow light, it's telling that there is a way in truth, but is a lot of construction needed. You have to change yourself. There are many blocks. And if there's a pink light, it's telling you are romantic, but you are not coming in the realistics and burning and mystic love of God. So all light are representing in the lower creation and telling somehow that they are existing in the horizontal way, not in the vertical way. Now, question is, we see flower here and they have a different color, but they are nefarious color in spiritual life and lower creation and upper creation, which unaccountable existing. And same way is the color of light. But all the color or light, it is contained by the vertical light of God. And the vertical light, golden and blue, are the mother light and mother light, female light of mother of God, and male father light of God. This is the vertical light, which is upper creation is existing. So the upper creation is things are unchanged. Even lower creation, our external creation, there are spring times, there autumn, there is a winter, summer, and same thing in the lower creation, life after death. But vertical light, upper creation, they are not a one weather, but there's always such a beautiful springtimes, which is consistent, is giving another experiences which make you mystics actually. So the upper creation qualification is in the hand of God. When He gives His own light, for example, I give my own example. God called me to come in upper creations, and God was cooled down His golden and male blue crystal light. Otherwise, look like in this radiation, in this light, that is bigger than any eternity, bigger than uncountable, more than spiritual life and external universe. So God was, when He cooled down His light, God came out and shake Himself, and then God light crystal and blue and crystal golden light was coming, and it was coming part of me, and even was in this moment when this lights became part of me, I became a part of God's vertical light. In this moment, everything I see in the present, not in the past. Blick before, past is in front, and blick, future is in the front, in present. But there's a principle of God. He don't like to see a future destination of any creation, if it's the angel, mankind, or any other creation. He gives them absolute freedom of mind, freedom of consciousness, freedom of conscience, freedom of heart, freedom of spirit. And this instrument mankind have to use and create their own form and represent the purpose of life to become unification and oneness with God. So, in the end, when see God, their love will be unchanged. Like God said to me, your love will be always unchanged for me in eternal life. And God says, I am your wage, not a heaven, low creation, not a upper creation, but I am your fatin, wage. So God saying that I'm in you and you are in me, but I by no means want to have misunderstanding like a Christianity when Jesus laid this misunderstanding saying, I'm in God and God in me. No, this is a perfection in love. This upper creation will be present forever. But external creation has a limitations. And this limitation, when it's going to be lose its energy, Only God knows, no creation knows. And in spiritual life, how far this life go in lower creation? If someone know, no one know, only God know. Spiritual life, life after death, is also low creation, but it can go beyond million, billion, trillion. No one know. And still there are opportunity in low creation that you can grow up, you can grow in your spiritual life, and you can complete your journey with God. The all opportunity are there. Only the difference is on external creation, this matter, this body, speed up this process, and you can reach what you can reach in millions of millions years in spiritual life, you can reach in 70, 80 years. But spiritual life, again, it takes million, billion years, but because it's a slow process. But this is a last chance which God has given all creation in this external eternity. There are many galaxies, and life is also existing there. Many beings coming and taking their body and coming from the spiritual creation and taking same benefit like a mankind. Now question arises here that this lower creation only is process is more longer, even too long, because it means it's so long that it look like a everlasting, that dark spirit will live everlasting in the hell, middle dimension gonna be live everlasting in middle dimension, neutral gonna be forever in the middle neutral dimension and paradise, and on and on. But religious people misunderstood that they're gonna be forever. No, this is only example and explanation of timing. That timing is very slow. For example, if you are in jail, timing is moving very slow. I have these experiences many times when I was illegal in Europe in jail. Sometimes 24 hours seems like a 1 month, like a time stops. It's moving too slow. And even external creation and even spiritual life, low creation, when good people goes in good dimension, because they are happy in good dimension, time is moving very fast actually, because they are in beautiful places, neutral dimension, very good middle dimension, or different part of paradise. So, but for the lower, in the health, time seems like it stops actually, and their dark spirit is living with their pain, with their suffering, and because they lost everything, because they laid the foundation on earth, and now nothing. This world went behind, and their loved one, their families, they lost everything. And this is biting like a snake bite them. And spiritual pain is much more intensive, higher than physical pain, because physical pain by time you can heal. But spiritual pain can be so intensive that it make you psychological sick, so depression that in the end many people take their life and they kill themselves. So, but this lower creation has also not to predict the timing. And this external creation, how far the external creation goes, nobody can predict, only God. How far this, all the collecting, all this creation will continue. I have explained my previous lecture that, and somebody want to know the detail, they can read Science and Spirituality. So, on this external, in this external creation and spiritual creation, which will go life after death, possibility always remain to perfect yourself, and even you are not perfect, but you are coming near the perfection. You get merit and opportunity to enter the upper creation. But the upper creation, lighting speed, you cannot be there. It is something very amazing what I am talking. For example, last night I was flying with lighting speed and I could travel many dimensions. I observe and I was experiences and all those dimensions, but light of speed and timing involved. And but the only thing what I was experiencing is I was saying, oh my God, you are the only two parents. While I was flying in spiritual life, and I say, God, all my life I was longing for fulfillment. But now when I'm flying and I'm observing and I have a universal freedom, I can be any place. Go timing involved, go space involved, go light of speed. But the fulfillment is there that I can fly away and nobody can catch me. And I say to God, the moment I am, seems like I'm an emperor of this eternal life. Even I am in the spiritual life, in the low creation, but like I'm an emperor in the light which you has, the love which was seed you put inside of me, it has brought his fruit. And I see in this seed, the fruit is the light which is, light is the fruit, vertical light. And in this light, I find totality peace, totality freedom of all our creations. I find that I could complete the truth and where the limitation of the truth and where began the experiences. I'm experiences and observing the true taste of love which will remain endless with me. This nobody can give you. No partnership can give you. No heaven can give you in lower creation. Even they are so beautiful. If you look at one direction, you can observe 1,000 years. You never feel boring. It's changing. It's changing every time. The most beautiful weather are changing. And mystic environment are changing, and they are such a springtime that nobody can taste and experience so long God don't allow, actually. So I was flying last night, and then I was saying, even Heavenly Father, inside of me, because of your light, is so much fulfillment that I feel like I'm a part of you. I feel like you are inside. Your light which you have given me has developed, and I can feel, I can experiences like what you want to share with me. So every night when I leave my body, or I see the vision. Vision means it's not when you are thinking something. That's not a vision. Vision has many stages, about 40 stages of growth. But very sharp stages are that you see the material world are moving and going in the part of past, and then opening with the light which you have, and the light which is coming by heaven, take you far away. You cannot reach with body or with any science high speed. And you observing while you're sitting, and your spirit is in your body, and you are far away, billion lighting, you are far away, but you can observe what's going on, and then this light of heaven is leaving you, and then your light is coming back inside of you. And this is a amazing and deepest diamond which you can share with mankind. Well, until now religion has forbidden, but this forbidden did not came by God or heaven. This was prophet own wisdom, and this wisdom has to go in the garbage because they have blocked to their wisdom to put themselves in the middle point. So in this point, let's say Jesus, he knows so many things, but he did not share, and so mankind has no any architecture plan. They don't have these materials where they can realize understanding and realization, and so they can also can become benefit. Like a Jesus got a benefit when God gave him what he heard by God, observation, and he was experienced. This was all belonged to fellow mankind, but he kept for himself, and he took this truth. They became disadvantaged in spiritual life for him, and disadvantage became for this fellow man, and suffering and pain is continue. So let's take one example. Jesus saints, which he did not spoke the symbol and left everything confused. He's saying, if you have a light in your eyes, then how much light you're going to have inside of you. It means eyes, the old time when you had a candle, where this lamp which is giving light actually. This is, if you have their light, then how much light you have inside of yourself. It means if you have a light in your spirit, your eyes becoming spiritual open. And you can observe with your eyes, spiritual eyes. And you can experience it. You can experience these things. And then he says, if you have a darkness in your eyes, how much darkness going to be inside of you? Again, he talking about this spirit being who create their own form with darkness. So what he's saying, the secret that what you are doing with your spirit now, God is not creating your form of spirit form. He gave you spirit, but he gave you also authority that you can put inside a light, give and take with God, and fulfill purpose of life and be free in spiritual life. Or you can live your materialistic marathon, your fear and your worries, and become a product of material kakalaki, cocoa, and show your back to God and create darkness and create your own form with your arrogant nature, like a Lucifer, like an ego nature, misusing mankind for your purpose, becoming selfish, and all this skunkite which you create, lie, and this all produce etc. A great darkness in your spirit. This is a fruit. So what God is saying through Jesus that time, that this time while your spirit is in your body, you can create your own form. So that's why angels are saying in religious book too, when you die, they don't judge you. They say, for example, they're speaking symbol in Quran, in Bible, and Old Testament. Here your book, judge your own self actually. And evil people will be catched by the feet. Feet mean their journey was a darkful journey. They created elements which this journey was nothing to do with God. And by the face you can see, this will be all spirit will be filled with darkness. It means they cannot hide themselves in spiritual life. So spiritual life is a life of, you cannot hide, it's naked. If you have a light, all can see. If you have a darkness and dark spirit, all can see. So there is no judgment by angel life after death. They are like for example, they don't judge. They are like a police. They take you and they bring you only your destination. Like when court process begins and you go jail, their job is to bring you where you belong to. So when they see dark spirit, according to your darkness in the spirit, very silently, they take you and bring you which hell you belong to. And if you have a less darkness, they bring you where in the less hell are existing. So the angel system is a perfect system in horizontal. They can see exactly what is in the spirit. And according to the matching this darkness and this clearness in spirit, they bring you where you are belong to in this dimension, then you have to begin a new growth process. But there is a challenge. For example, if you are a murderer and you go in such a dark dimension where all are murder, how are you going to grow to come a better place? Or let's say you go liar dimension because you were a liar. They're all lying. How are you going to become a better hell, actually? Or if you are a misusing mankind and you are the cruel and you are the reason for destruction as a dictator or as you cause mankind suffering, you are there where all are like this, actually. In the darkest hell, where is no death but consistent punishment. And so how are you going to become a better person? So that's what I'm explaining here. And so God giving opportunity to create our own spirit. But in this earth even, which is we call a lower creation, let me give you an example. You can be present in upper creation, which is in the present light, actually. So in the present light and the radiations, if you call this energy or whatever, but this present light, vertical light, is how to say, in this present light, there is no timing involved or no space involved. This is a God direct dimensions. So question rise, horizontal creation, when we go different paradise, what we learn or grow, every paradise, when we are different beings are guiding us, and when our paradise light grows, then we see higher paradise and we see more light and more opportunity to come to know God. So this process is going paradise to paradise in formation stages, growing stages, and complete stages. And how many dimensions existing? Only God knows. Or complete stages, archangel, they have an idea that countless dimensions existing to grow in the truth, in the nature of God. But like I say, low creation, complete stages there, we come to know the complete truth. But afterward, in upper creation, we come to know experiences. Experience help us to be in the presence of God. And love of God is giving consistent present experiences. Now there is one question. In the golden dimension, female vertical light and male dimension of heaven. Now let's have no misunderstanding. Heavens are higher, transcends time and space, and paradise are not heaven. This is a misunderstanding in because religion block somehow the growth and brought them a routine, Muslim routine, Christian So they do not know that they think paradise and heaven is the same thing. No, they are not the same thing. Paradise are wonderful world, but they are growth stages. They are formation stages, growth stages, complete stages. But by no means they are heaven actually. Now the upper creation, this question remains. They also dimension existing, and in golden and also in blue heavens. But even they are existing a dimension to come to know more and more experience about God in golden heaven, female, and male heavens in crystal blue. But this experience are which they are receiving by God, it now you say, if you speed up your growth, then you will say, well, time is involved. Yes. No, these experiences are relatively in those dimension according to their love actually. So let's say in the upper creation you also receive the light according to your love actually. This love allow you, like you say, I love you. Second person say, I love God too. First say, I love God too. Third say, I love God too. So how are you going to make it different? What is a quantity love or what is a quality love? This you see in the presence of God. According to the love, you receive vertical light. Yes. And this light what you receive, according to the love, this is your foundation. And now, let's make a difference, because upper creation perfection in love is also relative, but God gave you opportunity, relatively opportunity, like God gave Archangel Gabriel opportunity, so he got a certain blue light. It means he can be in heaven, upper creation, but his permanent resident is in lower creation by Archangel. I think I saw Muhammad and Jesus, one stripes, which was giving them opportunity. But later when they did not united with me, and which they was pledged that they will help me, even this opportunity was taken from them. But however, there was the opportunity that they could be very short time. Like you get let's say as a Pakistani or African, you get a visa for 3 weeks or 6 weeks. You can come in Europe, but this is a traveling visa that you can be very short time. But by no means you can be. You have to go back to Africa or Pakistan. That means all this creation, lower creation, receive this opportunity, and this opportunity Lucifer got it, and many other creation got it too. But how many got a benefit? Many became confused because truth is not existing there, because the stages of truth is the main behind, and there is a experiences in love with God. I remember one golden being I made And this is a long time ago. And I says, in the upper creation, what you say about God? And she say, what you mean? I say, how strong your belief? And she say, there is no belief here. Then she said, there is no thought here, deed here, action. And then I say, she said, I know God and I know myself. And this bothered me because it was a long time ago. And like I have also all life, I have to grow. I dislike it when she say, I know God, but I know myself too. She was putting in a middle position. But lower creation, this become very misunderstanding. But later I find out that higher creation, when she was saying, I know God, I know myself. So they was in present of God actually. And let's say, when Jesus was saying, no one know but Son know God. And no one know Son but Father know. I mean, God know Jesus actually. This was the realm where Jesus was a short moment or few moment was in upper creation, where is the unification of love actually. Now coming back to the present of higher creation. I've been with God in present, but and there are many heavens and many golden and blue heaven. But then God transcends me. Like I say, time and space doesn't existing, but God took me beyond this to observe and experiences. And I saw those eternal secrets. Now question is, if I know everything for the present in upper creation, no. I know relatively. So let's put this way, that I came to know a lot actually, but after all this, I always say one life is even this external creation. If we can lay the foundation to come to know God, this gives us opportunity as a universal freedom in our spirit. God love produce the light. Then we are entering in spiritual life. Spiritual life is a eternity. But the foundation of this light, even this is a low creation too, but spiritual life, the speed of light is giving you opportunity to travel horizontal. Spiritual life and even timing and space involved, but you can grow universal in the lower creation. And this lower creation, it's endless too actually for us. Then you entering upper creation of God, and it happened then when God gave his light, golden and blue, which is a vertical light. And in this present and experiences, if we end up, no, this is a upper creation is a new beginning in the present of God, to have more and more experiences and in the end become like a God actually. I mean, you're never going to be God. But when we say you can be like God, yes, it does not mean that you are God actually. That you become absolute His object in love. Many times in low creation, Old Testament, they were calling angel Lord. Lord, that's a lower creation. They call Jesus also Lord. That's a lower creation. But also in the presence of God, you are not a Lord, but you are growing. You are not a Lord, but in the presence of experiences, you becoming one part unification in love of God. What God gonna teach is in present creation. This will be new beginning, new journeys. And how far gonna go in this spiritual life, which are many dimensions existing, nobody know. And how much this external creation go, nobody know. But in the end, God will become final, present and visible. We call this last days. There are many last days actually. By no misunderstanding, there's a last day for when human being die and entering new dimension, life after death. Last day gonna be for this creation. Last day gonna be spiritual creation. But finally, last day gonna be when God will be present, and when all those creation will receive God vertical light. And at this point, external creation will not exist. Life after death, spiritual will not be exists in this form, in division and different dimension. And at this point, there will be upper creation in the presence of God. And who knows this timing? No one knows. But there are many things I came to know by God in His present experiences. God says you can have those experiences. And I got this experience, but God said, this experiences is far away that mankind will come to know. This I will share with them when they become in my present, when they become in the upper creation. So upper creation is a new beginning, a new present, where we grow in present of love and experiences. And what God will take, what will be then continue, only God knows. So I try my best. That's why God says, I'm higher than time and space. So where time is has limited, where space is not there, their presence of God is there. And we can say then, in the upper creation, God is the light of heaven. Light of heaven and earth, and heaven and spiritual life. But finally, these two parts not going to be there. External creation and spiritual life, lower creation, horizontal. So God will be the present, and in God present, this this matter, this energy, speed of light, timing, and space is limited, and this will be when, I don't know, but God knows. But this will be then direct journey with God. And until now, external creation, life after death, lower creation, this is the indirect dimension. So I tried my best to make a picture with my observation and experience. And when God will allow, I share with more those my experiences and love, I will share, continue. And I hope it's helping mankind that we come to know more and more nature of God. And this is the only purpose existing in external life, but we ignore this purpose. This purpose go beyond this life after death. There we come to know better way that we waste our timing. This timing on earth will never give you back. But then gonna be long length of time. I don't know how far the suffering and pain go. Or the people who have the light, life after death, their joy already began because they fulfill the purpose of life. With God, they have this foundation, spiritual life, to observe and experience and to come to know more and more different part of paradise. That's why I am sharing. Please take your time. What belongs to God, give to God. What belongs to this material world, give to this material world. But if you see with justice eyes, to give this material world is not even 5% you have to give. But to give to God, what belongs to God is in 95%. What you should give, because this valuable time, creating you your own form of spirit to gonna decide your destination. And then this foundation gonna help continue to travel in different paradise, and you will see slowly more light and more light. And this process gonna be also no one know how far this process go. Thank you and God bless you. If this, what I am sharing with, it can change your heart, inspire your heart, and your heart can be turned to God, that how great He is, how this life is not enough to come to know Him. Spiritual life is not enough to come to know Him. And this, when we enter present, upper creation, we will come to know more and more about God in our love and our experience.